has recast. From world to world, tale to tale I trudge, seeking that which rests at the heart of every story. Aboard pirate ships on emerald seas, through spice-laden desert sands atop a towering worm, hunting through eldritch worlds for the fate of a dark tower, to Thule, the realms of the Fae folk. Across the expanse of 1,000 worlds I travel. These are the dreams and desires of mankind, its fantasies. I find beauty in the design of each and every one. I am intrigued by... Wait, something has changed. I see. Lanfear, daughter of the night. It seems she yet lives. What ingenuity, I must observe this. And so I travel to the world of the wheel of time, a universe beholden to no laws but those set by its writer. See the great pattern and the wheel that weaves it. Saidin and Saidar churn about. For a moment, I revel in this vision, appreciating the ingenuity of its design. Then I immerse through the mirror worlds and life threads, past 1,000 possibilities, to the original, dying place. And there she is, Mierin Eronaile. She is born in the shadow days of a bygone age, the age of legends as it will be called. As a child, she yearns for distinction, which she finds when her nature is proved. She has the spark and can channel Saidar, the female half of the one power. So she is trained as Aes Sedai, a servant of all. I stalk her progress. I watch on as she stumbles through her weaves, gaining mastery, seeking greater challenge. She's brilliant and hungry, oh so hungry. It's the defect of this society. Their founding principle is service to all, but there are cracks in the seams. You can see them if you look closely. There. Do you see that man? He is in grief. His family has passed from this mortal coil and he cannot bear it. His life is unraveling. His mind will be altered so that those emotions can be swept aside. Do you see them? The Biblers, those living at the very fringes. They are lost. In a world where everything is available, they can find no purpose in life. So you see, this is not truly paradise, though they name the city so, Paradise. For Mierin, her driving goal is to gain a third name, to be truly set apart from her peers who all share that hunger, that yearning. Speed run through her raising, her choosing of Adashena Yale, to her relationship with Lewis Telamon. Does she truly care for him? Or is this merely a means to an end? I cannot say. Maybe both. The initial spark dies out, and Lewis abandons her. And for what? That milk-haired cheat. Of all people, will she lose him to Iliana? An obsession forms within her, and she digs her heels in. She is mere moments from achieving apotheosis. Alongside Beethoven, she is in charge of the greatest research project of their time, seeking a third option for channelers to use, a new source of energy, something that will revolutionize their whole society. All eyes are on her and on the Sharom as they drill through the bow into those strange energies emanating from the pattern. Surely Lewis will respect her when she earns, but no, everything is lost. The experiment backfires and dozens are killed. She only just survives. It's a disaster. The project is shut down. There's hell to pay. At the center of it all is Mierin Eronaile, not that name to cap it off. Will she ever even earn that distinction now? They're snickering at her. You get to see the downfall of one of their own. She reached too far. How dare she challenge the assertions of philosophers through the ages? How does she discover the truth of the bow, the effects of her actions on that day? How does she learn of the Dark One and the promise of power? I don't know. The histories claim that the Forsaken sold their souls to the Dark One to gain immortality. Notice the inversion on the other's part here, but I doubt that. However the events fall into place, she joins the shadow, and at the highest echelon, no less. And now she has power, she has distinction, and is still obsessed with the lives therein. She haunts the dreams of those who dwell within conquered lands. She brings terror and nightmares that haunt them long into wakefulness. Now they fear her. She only laughs at this and embraces the reputation they have given her. Seeing how they brand her associates with the names of terror, she chooses her own, Lanfear, daughter of the night. Yes, it seems she has now gained a third name, and more than that, a title. War washes over the land, a tide of blood and disorder. As civilization crumbles and she gorges in the power and the fear of her enemies. But at the cusp of their glory, Leosterin and his 100 companions seal the chosen within the bow. She feels the earth tremble in agony, feels the great Lord's frustration, his counterstroke, and the effect of her bond to him kicking in. She is entombed within the earth. But not really. Something is going on within the metaphysical aspect of it all, such that though she grinds against the wheel, time does not ravage her. The gist of it all is that she sleeps through the dissolution of the Second Age, as the world is broken and broken again at the hands of the mad Aes Sedai. Millennia pass by, and her name grows in stature and contexts, feared by all. Finally, at the dusk of the Third Age, she rises from her slumber. The seals are failing, and the great Lord has need of her. Who is she at this point? Has this sleep of ages done her any good? Does she now see the error of her ways? Unlikely. She sets forth into this new world and promptly gains a healthy sense of derision for its denizens, children toying with powers they know nothing of. How humanity has fallen, and she wonders at it all. Curiously, her first thought is Leosterin. Does he still live? Has he been reborn in this new age? Yes, she sees it now. Her first course of action is to find him, to wrap his young mind around her. It will be an interesting dynamic to explore. During their time, Leos had been arrogant and powerful. Ever she had had to kill to him. And now here he was, a shepherd being tagged at by the world and the pattern. And so she herds him, attempts to corral him, but hints of that stubbornness show through. Very well then, let him mature a bit. He's hers. She will return when he has gained greatness, when he has come into his own, for she finds that she prefers him to be great. He will stand by her, sharing in her greatness, but this naivete he now displays will not do. Let the world scourge him for a time. And now she has begun to wonder about the world, the nature of the great Lord and the wheel of time. She thinks back to her age and the incredible progress that humanity had made. How could it all be lost? Surely some of the Sangreal survived. When Althor declares himself, she returns to guide him along her set path. Yes, he must learn to harness his power. She will not have him weak. So she traps Asmodean, the runt of the litter, binding him to Althor so that he may teach him. Joar Adam is weak and his knowledge faulty, so she is confident that Leos will learn nothing of true import from him. It will not do for Althor to surpass her. Then she discovers his betrayal. He has lain with another woman, one of the abomination Aiel no less. The sting of this discovery drives her hot with fury. Who is this child to steal away what she has claimed? Let them feel her anger. She will flay the little cheat to her bones. She will, while the pattern swirls about them. This has been foreseen. She is hurled through the door-frame Tangriel into the realm of the Fiend, Sinthol. She intimately knows the dangers of this place. Even in her age, it was nothing to be trifled with. But her foreknowledge does her no good, as she is chained within, her power being slowly drained as the snakes gorge on her. What horror! Her ability as a channel is what distinguishes her from the rest of the world. She is proud of that strength. In panic, she calls to the great Lord, hoping for his intervention. There is no answer. Has he abandoned her? That would not be surprising. But will the father of lies truly forsake one of his most powerful pieces? True, she has gone rogue recently, but still. In strides Moridin. The fool fancies himself fast among their number, but at least he has come for her. And so he bargains with the Fiend and then slays her. No, the great Lord knows nothing of mercy. It's strange, dying. She's never had to suffer it before. The experience hurts. She awakens within a new body, bearing a new name, knowing of the great Lord's displeasure with her. She is to be known as Sinden, Last Chance. Compounding the horror of the discovery is that she has been tied to a mind trap, and that Moridin now has total control over her. The fires of passion burn strangely. Sometimes they burn forever, other times they simmer down to a mere glow. In some cases, they turn in the holder's hand, and love morphs into hate. Presented with this harsh new reality, Sinden now blamed Lutherin for her circumstances. No more does she entertain dreams of ruling by his side. She wants him dead. Moridin keeps her close, eager to flaunt the power he now has over her, and it falls to him to keep her in check. For the shadow has other plans for Arthur. Hate simmers in Sinden's heart. She would still use dead, she would. And thus we come to Taimon Gaidon, the events that sparked this adventure. Storm gathers and boils over as the appointed time for the Dark One, the champion of the light, to have their contest draws near. Sinden appears in Arthur's dreams, beseeching him for aid. It's a trap, but events outstrip her, and she is faced with truths she has long ignored. Lutherin reveals how much he has despised and reviled her. Once he discovered her purpose in their relationship, there is not a shred of love or affection left. Arthur cuts her to the core with words whose truths she cannot ignore. You desire power, Mierin. There is no room for anything else in your heart. You do not know what love is. You have never felt it. Nor had I till I met Liena Dalisar. Something in Lanfear shatters. Desperation overtakes her as Arthur departs, and she must make an accounting of herself. We see her next appearing to the King of Wolves, Mierin Eronaile. She toys with him time after time. Seemingly, she has abandoned Luz and now seeks a new pretty to lie on her shelf. She gives him clues on how to navigate the world of dreams, aids him on his quest to recover and disable the dream spike embedded at the Black Tower. Finally, at the climax of it all, she lays a weave of compassion on him and orders him to help her destroy Luz in this final hour. She wants the Dark One to be indebted to her, to see her as invaluable when he claims this realm. Perrin manages to free himself from this weave and breaks her neck, killing her. Thus do we see the last of Mierin Eronaile. Thus do we see the last of Mierin Eronaile. So it seems. Look closely. There. Do you see it? These last few interactions are out of place. It seems too spontaneous. Old Perrin, gifted dreamwalker though he is, truly get the better of Lanfear in her own realm, her element, the place where she draws identity from. No, unlikely. This was orchestrated by Mierin as a way for her to escape the clutches of the Great Lord and the warriors of the light. Something in Althor's final words to her had made her come to an awakening of sorts. She needs autonomy, and the Dark One will never let her go. So she spends the last few moments aiding the warriors of the light, hoping for her master's downfall, and in so doing to gain freedom from him and her vows. Consider this for a moment. As the fourth age dawns, Mierin will roam it free to do as she wills. What mischief will she concoct? How soon will this newfound equanimity last? I cannot help but smile as I consider it. Lanfear's journey throughout the course of this story is quite enthralling. She was the one who discovered the bow, lived through the war of power, the final days of the Third Age, always striding the line between faithful servant of the dark and rebel. Not because she found fault with the Great Lord's ideology, but because she longed to surpass even him. Such lust for power is remarkable. Now, it seems she aided in the resealing of the bow and will live to see the world to come. I see her hidden smile, the gleam in her eyes as her ploy succeeds. She is a shadow slinking away. Let the world lull itself into complacency. Let them write her from their songs and stories. It's a new world, and there will be plenty of opportunity for a power-hungry villain to make a new name for herself. Let us depart. The pattern spins about me as I emerge. As always, it's beautiful, and I spend a moment paying it due admiration. Yes, this was an incredible feat of world building. Onwards then, to the wood between worlds, my unending sojourn through them.